What up? What up? What up, y'all? What's going on? What is going on? Yo, I go by the name of Sid Linus. This is my first time going live on Facebook. Probably in a minute, man. Probably since we did the Let's Argue show. So I'm gonna have to work out the kinks and really work out what's going on because there's a lot of buttons down here. I really don't know what they do, but as y'all can see, I've really been leaning in on just reporting on sports lately. I'm really diving in to just report on a lot of sports, a lot more. And so the NFL is coming to a close. NBA is ramping up. We got some great boxing coming up at the end of January and in February. And so we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about one of the really dope fights that's coming up on January 31st. So that's not this weekend, but the following weekend. We have a really, really, really dope fight. And I'm going to give my breakdown of the fight. And you guys let me know if you guys agree with me or don't agree with me, because I believe that my take is probably going to be a little bit maybe out of the norm than what people think. Also, when I go live, you can also give me stars right up here. You can see it. You can give me stars if you like the content and like what I'm doing. So let's go ahead and get into it. So Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson is a fight that's happening on January 31st, 2026 in Madison Square Garden, New York. It's being put on by Matchroom, Top Rank, and Selah. It's a ring magazine, a ring boxing match. So that means that it's done by the Saudis. And so it'll be on DAZN pay-per-view. This is the 140 weight class. Now, Teofimo has fought at 140 for a little bit now. You know what I'm saying? He fought Josh Taylor. He fought a couple other guys at 140. But this is Shakur Stevenson's first time at 140. Now, I do believe that I'm not too keen on a lot of boxers foregoing the regular methods of moving up a weight class and fighting your way through the weight class before you fight a champion. Shakur Stevenson is going from 135 to 140 and immediately fighting Teofimo Lopez, which is kind of off to me. You know what I'm saying? Now, Terrence Crawford did that, but Canelo Alvarez, and Terrence Crawford was able to pull off a win, and I think that this type of thing are inspiring these young guys to also do the same and to go for just the big fights. Don't worry about the weight class. Don't worry about the proper way to do it. Just go ahead and fight the big fights. Now, remember, the old way of doing it is like how Andre Ward did it. When he moved up from 168 to 175, he had a couple fights at 175 before he fought Sergey Kovalev. And usually that's the traditional way of doing it, is when you move up a weight class, you get a couple fights in, get reacquainted with the weight, and then you go ahead and fight the main person. And so I think I think Shakur Stevenson is going with the newer method. And a lot of these guys are on the snack program, and we're going to talk about that one day too, and just see how maybe Victor Conti's death is going to affect the snack program, because the snack program is something that, if you guys have taken snack before, you will see that it allows you to put on weight. It allows you to be very strong and things of that nature. So I think that's one of the reasons why some of these guys are also moving up and just fighting the guy at certain weight classes. Now, the breakdown of the fight to me is that I've tried to replay this fight in my head several times, and I have not been able to see a way that Shakur, who's actually the favorite in this fight, Shakur wins this fight easily. I think it's going to be a very close fight, and I even see that Teofimo might be able to win this fight. And I'm going to tell you why. Now, if you know anything about Teofimo Lopez, you know that he has a hard time with fighters who fight off the back foot, move around a lot, get in, get totally out of range, things of that nature. He has a very hard time cutting off the ring. And I think he knows that. And I think Shakur believes that he's going to be able to use his feet and move around, and Teofimo won't be able to catch him. But I think Shakur is a little bit of a different fighter with his footwork, because I think a Devin Haney is the type of fighter who could get in and get out, get his and get out. I think Shakur, uh, he steps when he has to get in range and then step out of range. Um, and then if you try to throw, he'll step way out of range. And I think it's a little bit different. I think in order for him to get his off, he actually has to be in there, sit in there for a few blows. And I think there's going to be some exchanges in there where you see Teofimo and Shakur exchange. And I think that um, that is going to be better for Teofimo because he doesn't want to chase Shakur Stevenson all the way around the whole fight. Now, Shakur Stevenson, on the other hand, doesn't have a lot of power, but he has a way better IQ and better accuracy. And I think Shakur is going to land more. I think Shakur is going to land more, and he's going to have a lot of pinpoint accuracy. But I think Teofimo is going to land the more telling shots. And I think that's the difference in the fights. Can Teofimo hurt Shakur Stevenson? I don't believe that Shakur Stevenson can hurt Teofimo. So it's always going to, the whole fight is going to be about these exchanges that end up happening. And I don't think that Shakur Stevenson is going to be able to win this fight without getting into these exchanges. Now, you also got to factor in whether or not it's going to be a smaller ring, because remember last time when Shakur fought Zepeda, it was a smaller ring. And so he was not able to get the sort of spacing that he is used to getting. And then he had to fight with his back against the ropes most of the fight. And so if you fight with his back against the ropes most of the fight against Teofimo Lopez, it's not going to be a good night for him. So we have to take into account what type of ring size they're going to have as well. But with that being said, and with all things considered, I think it's going to be a very tough fight, a very close fight. And I'm going to go ahead and say that I believe that Teofimo will win this fight. And I think he's going to win it. Excuse me. I think he's going to win it based on simply landing power shots and these exchanges that's going to happen in the middle of the ring. I think he's going to win those. I think he's going to get out jabbed. I think Shakur definitely has better footwork, better combinations. But I think that when Teofimo actually land and put together some shots, it's going to really do some damage to Shakur. That's the way I see this fight playing out. So yeah, so that's what I believe. But however you want to do it, either way, make sure you watch the fights on the Zone pay-per-view. It's gonna be January 31st. Is a really big fight. And Teofimo Lopez at 22-1, 13 KOs. Shakur Stevenson at 24-0, 11 KOs. And even Teofimo has fought against a lot of tougher competition so far, with wins over Josh Taylor, with wins over Lomachenko, and Shakur Stevenson. He has some wins too with Zepeda and things like that. But I just think that Teofimo is a more seasoned fighter right now. I think it might take a fight. If they come back and run it back, Shakur might win. But I think with Shakur not having the power, Teofimo is not going to be afraid to go ahead and commit to a lot of these shots. And I think it's going to end up being, like I said, I think it's going to end up being a very close fight because I think Shakur will outland him, but I think Teofimo will land most of the telling shots um, in this fight. The fight is on January 31st, so that's not this weekend, but it's the weekend. But it's the weekend after that. And then on the undercard, you also got Keyshawn Davis is going to be fighting Jermaine Ortiz, which everybody knows. Jermaine Ortiz fought Teofimo Lopez and fought Lomachenko to a very, very, very close fight. Also, if you want to support the live, make sure you send me some stars real quick. But other than that, Keyshawn Davis is coming back. You know, he had a big debacle in Norfolk, Virginia, where he wasn't able to. He missed weight and then fight Edwin De Los Santos, but um, but he's going to fight Jermaine Ortiz. I do think Keyshawn is the better fighter of those two, and I think he will win. But you guys let me know what you think in the comments. Please let me know if you think that Teofimo Lopez is going to win this fight, or you think Shakur Stevenson is going to be able to move up to a higher weight class and be able to use his footwork, use his IQ, use his ring generalship, his great defense and great spacing, and he'll be able to defeat Teofimo Lopez. You guys let me know in the comments. I'm going to be going live more, maybe like twice a week. And then also, I'm going to be putting a lot of my long form content with my subscription. I just launched my subscription today. So I'll put a lot of my long form content behind the subscription paywall. But other than that, thank you guys. Peace. Keep God first. And I will holler at you guys later. All right.